inspiring. The lone exception is Partey. Xhaka is out for the next 2 to 3 games. Sambi looks good, but it's early days and we can't put too much on him. El Nene is, and we've got Ainsley. La Liga will be a better fit for Bellerin, I hope so. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has the same footballing ability as Holding and Chambers. Useless, raw. Can Arteta make his mind up? First, we want Ainsley to leave on loan somewhere. Now that he stays, he's part of the plans. This guy, Arteta, doesn't know what he wants. He's two-faced, raw. How has Edu managed to keep his job after all these awful windows? To be fair, January, we got rid of some dead wood, but... Buendia and Basuma are only misses, in my opinion. We never was really trying to get them, were we? All others priced out or acquired Champions League. We need to be realistic about who is available. I don't see that as no excuse. I hear you. You're right. But, you know, if you can't get them, get the same profile, but a different sort of profile. You can't just, you know, it can't run anymore. Like, if you know you can't get Champions League players, you know, somehow people always do it. Half the players we always talk about signing from French teams and whatnot, they had to be somewhere. So I hear you, but it's tired, and we can't really even say Buendia is a miss call. We really didn't try going to him. I fully rate the grind, DG appreciative. The only thing that I've learned that Arteta is good at is cup format comps. Every other aspect he's ish at. Boy, I wouldn't be surprised with so many defenders in the squad. Arteta will play a 6-3-1 formation. If everyone's fit, what team and formation you play in? To be fair, 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Tierney at left back, T over at right back. You know, I'd rather persist with Ramsdale, you know, because I don't know for Leno's commitment. Gabriel and Ben White, midfield, with what's available, Lokonga, Thomas Partey, Odegaard / Smith Rowe, Saka on the right, Pepe on the left, or either one, and Aubameyang up front. Or you could have Odegaard in the 10, Smith Rowe out wide, Saka on the right, Aubameyang through the middle, or something on them lines, but it's a bit meaty. I'm so underwhelmed, DG. Surely Arteta knows the squad is not good enough. I hope so, but I don't think so. I think he believes in this, so we'll have to see, man. We really will. It's not sounding good, is it? Really, we'll have to see, man. An hour and 4 minutes left of the window. Hopefully, a midfielder is arriving. Keep the hope up, people. Keep the hope up. It's crazy, man. Barcelona signed Griezmann from Atletico for 129 million. The deal funds Atletico signing João Felix and accelerates Barcelona's financial crisis, which leads to Suarez joining Atletico for a nominal fee. Suarez fires Atletico to the league title, and Barca are forced to offload Griezmann back to Athletic. Boy, damning. It's a shame the way Barcelona is ran, man. Bro, Eduard's officially been confirmed. Bro. Nothing to do with Arsenal. Oh, man. Desperation, man. Anything. Just something, man. Someone tell me something's going on with midfield players at London Coley. Surely, man. Something's got to happen, man. It's not happening, is it, though? Still nothing on Arsenal.com surrounding Hector Bellerin. Must be preparing a madness. Must be preparing something gazy for him. So, boy, I don't know. I think let's see Google. I know Google's got something loaded. They must do absolutely nothing. Great end to the window, guys. Fantastic. Amazing. You know that Pep video. I'm so happy, so happy. Sneaky bid for hour. It's done, man. It's done, broski. That's forgetting, man. He must be in with the French under-21s. This, bro. There's an hour and 2 minutes left. It's done, man. That's, at least until January, this is what we're doing. If Vieira does bits at Palace and we're in the mud end of next season, would you take him to start a new project, or do you want someone more experienced no matter what? Man, if I learn everything I need to learn about Vieira and he shows me what Arteta's not, then I'll entertain it. But yeah, man, I'm not too sure on that one. Can Odegaard and Smith Rowe play together for you? 100% they can play together. Man, they're asking for Arteta to go on loan. In the minority again, but I think we'll be looking at this window in a few years saying it was a starting point of change. I hope so. Again, this is why for me the facilities have to be the best, because we could look at Ben White, Ramsdale, all these guys as significant foundations, but suddenly if there's no real pathway for development or no real, on hands-on coaching to develop these players, it goes two ways. It either looks like investment business or it looks like more spunked money. Basuma would have made my window. I think we didn't plan to go for him as he won't be around in Jan. Arsenal already has 4 players who won't be available. But what do you rate the window? I'm giving it a 4-5 at best. 4 for me, because I do think, like, I agree with a lot of people saying that, we've signed some good young players, but there's just a heavy feeling of underwhelming. It felt like it started off with more promise. It felt like we'd make significant change. And I'm not talking about signing the biggest and baddest players. Just we'd make the tough decisions and stop relying on certain players that are clearly just not good enough. But it didn't happen. Ultimately, indeed, talked a good game. Ultimately underwhelmed, I felt. But at the same time, I've asked for a midfielder, you've brought one. Asked for a right back, you got one. Wanted a centre half, I got one. Needed to find a keeper, I got one. So time will tell, man. Time will tell of what I look at in this window. But a feeling of underwhelmment to a degree. Just because while I'm, suddenly it's the same thing. You're gonna over rely on these young players, But we'll have to see what happens, man. No excuses for Arteta anymore. Standard window for Arsenal. We should be used to this. Recall Guendouzi and Saliba. 4-3-3. Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel, White, T, Guendouzi, Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Pepe, Oba, and Conte in. Job done. If only if it was that easy, man. Huge window. Not sure we got the players I wanted, but got a ton of money off the weekly payroll. We didn't sign any bad players. We just signed young ones. Come on, guys. It's not like we signed Coyote and Josh King or something. That's harsh, man. Them players there are probably just enjoying their dinner and they're catching strays. Fair enough. 59 minutes left of the window, folks, though. Hope and pray, pray and hope. Do you think Arsenal have signed any of their primary targets except Ben White? Yeah, I'd say so. They wanted Ben White. They got Ben White. They were allegedly looking at Lokonga. You got Lokonga, You were looking at Ramsdale. Apparently, Ramsdale was the one. I don't know if it's propaganda. You got him. Odegaard was the number one creative target. You got him. So, yeah, Arsenal did get their number. Arsenal, by that logic, they did get their number one target. So, what I hope for is that we see clarity. Know why you're signing Ramsdale. Know his strengths, but know his weaknesses. How can he improve him? And the same trail of thought, because I do think, none of the signings lit the world up. But as you lot are saying, Ramsdale could be a shrewd addition. I like Lokonga. I think Lokonga can grow. Ben White and Odegaard, I'm looking at them kind of for this season immediately to impact, really, because they're 2 areas we needed, and they're probably 2 of the more elite signings compared to what we've got. So it is what it is, but it's down to the coaching. Suddenly, if we continue to still look like square pegs in round holes, it's going to look like a waste of money. It either is a thing where, wow, they done all of that for 150 million, or you 100 plus million, because I don't know the finances, or you spunked it all. I don't know. And it's actually over that now, really, because we're getting this guy for like 25 million. Again, Arteta has signed other players. So I don't know for the historical spend Arteta has made, but it's a weird one, because on one hand, I feel a sense of underwhelming in this window. But on the other hand, I won't say I'm excited. That's a strong word. And, it's too meaty for that. But I'd say positive over some of the business we've done. What annoys me is, for me, we just really buckled at the chance to immediately improve that midfield. And I just feel these young players, they're going under a naive manager that hasn't shown me he can find a system and a plan for them individually. You know, Ben White, yeah, he has to be a quality defender, but he's stepping into a defensive shambles. But Ramsdale, again, how are they gonna fix it? Odegaard signed, but he's coming into a team that doesn't look like they're passing the ball any better than last season. Bearing in mind, we were ninth for created chances. I don't care what anyone says about any of these attackers. We should never be there. That's blasphemous to be there as an Arsenal fan. So clearly the manager's underperforming. Has he shown you anything right now to show he's going to change that? Time will tell. I hope he does if he's still here. But how can I expect Odegaard to perform miracles? And the same goes for any other signing. And again, I think I'm over-relying on Lokonga now. Tavares, when his chance comes, potentially Odegaard and Ben White. But as I said, they're the exceptions. But I'm 50-50 about this window. Makes sense. Yeah, hit the like buttons if you haven't already. And there needs to be a plan, man. Like I said, there just needs to be a plan. All I'm asking for is a plan. I can have my opinion, but if you've got a plan, it should work. I'm not saying it's the same trail of logic, but people, I'm sure some Liverpool fans might have been happy about Wijnaldum signing or Robertson signing. Some might have looked at it sideways. Some that didn't know about what Salah was doing at Roma might have done something. I saw something today. I don't even know if it's true, but apparently Klopp wanted, I can't even remember, it might have been Brandt, but I can't remember, so I don't want to put names out there. But Michael Edwards said, let's get Salah. That Michael Edwards guy is leaving Liverpool. I don't know where he wants to go, but he's performed miracles for FSG. So if he wants to come and have a new challenge at Arsenal, come here, man, because we need someone who can overperform with mediocre resources. But yeah, man, I do think they got all their targets. I mean, again, I can't. For me, I see Our on the table, but clearly you didn't want Our that deep. You didn't want Buendia because we've heard they've moved away. We scouted them, but they didn't want them. You didn't return the offer for Our, so us and a number of clubs never wanted him. So I can't say he's not a primary target. And I swear Arteta himself said at the time a few months ago, that they've done good business, and so a few weeks ago, apologies, that they've done good business. So I'll have to assume such, man. Shout yourself, Daniel. Hey, DG, love your way of thinking. Love from Switzerland. What if Kroenke wants Arteta and Edu to fail so that they can be blamed and pressure falls off him? Love to hear your thoughts. I hear that, but it can't be, because I think many fans, they can be not happy, with Arteta, but they'll look at it and say the Kroenke still need to go. There's been different individuals that have worked under him or worked in his organization. The common denominator has still been him. So it is what it is. Happy that Maitland is staying now. He needs to step up. Who would be your last minute shock signing? I keep saying his name, Hossam Aouar, but it's a myth, man. It's all over, man, in that regards. It really is, man. We've got 53 minutes left of the window, folks, man. Keep your optimism. Keep your optimism. Keep your optimism. We got each other though, folks, man. It's going to be a long season, but we've got each other. I wouldn't prefer it any other way. One love to everybody locked in. We've only got 260 likes, so something is wrong. People keep supporting the team. I'm no longer emotionally attached to this club. I feel the same way, but we're capping. We're here at 7 minutes past 10 UK time. We care. We might have detached ourselves somewhat emotionally because of the surface, because of what's going on at the circus, what's going on at a circus of a club, but we love it, man. We can't turn it off. Main problem is still Kroenke. Even if Pep came, even if Pep would come, we would still fare with Kroenke. I think you mean fail, but fair play. Big up DG, keep up the good work. I appreciate that, my dude. One love to you. Sorry, folks, need to charge the phone, mate. Need to charge the phone. Why not? But yeah, I appreciate the super chat, my guy. One love to you. Thank you very much for the praise and the support, not just by you, but everybody. And like I said, man, praise be to everyone. I love you guys. One love and that. Tino, you think you're funny still. Like, disappointed, just disappointed. This window would have been an excellent window if we had already a good spine and leaders in the team. Do you know what? It's one of them, like you have been saying, you might look back in a couple of years, not realize it now, but it was a thing. But right now, in terms of instant inspiration for their fans to get behind, based on all the bullish talk that everybody connected to this club was giving pre-tournament, pre-end to the window, is a bit underwhelming, If I look at, but at the same time, I think you've got to be fair, because I think a lot of fans would be happier if we spent 70 million on Maddison. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have done that, but what happens if he flops, sort of thing. So I think people just wanted big money signings for the sake of it. Me, I just wanted the areas addressed properly, and I just don't agree with what we've done, but I'm going to have to live with it. And it is what it is. It's not even the signings brought in. It's just you feel you want more. Like, I hear that you're bringing in the guys for tomorrow, but what about the midfield today? Because I'm still looking at it. Lokonga's not going to be the guy to take over Xhaka's spot. So where's that guy? Same way you're looking at Pogba. I mean, man said Pogba. You're looking at Partey with his injuries or whatever and thinking you need a bit more. What's going on for the Xhaka one? Who's, if something happens to Xhaka, if Xhaka really did want to snake it to Roma, who's going to do that role? Leave you lot to draw that conclusion. These games coming up are tough. If we don't beat Norwich, then Burnley will be nasty. We are all expecting all these young players to come good. I don't think this team is any better than 8th. I'm worried, says Peter. Can't say anything to change anything, man. We were supposed to fix the spine last summer, but Gabriel and Pai have been injured so much. Even with them, the coaching and the mentality change hasn't been enough. And that last summer, we were screaming, where's the partners to them? Now we've got the partners. Now there's no excuses, because you should have a functioning back five. If I go off what Arteta is on, you can have your opinions on this, and I can as well. But you're saying the guy who's coming in at right back, he's my guy. Tierney, you're my guy. Ben White, Gabriel, assuming you're my guy. If need be and there's injuries, well, he said all of these guys that are around the squad can be done. He's chosen to keep Xhaka. Clearly, Partey's going to play. He has bought Smith Rowe. So if we've got Xhaka, Partey, Smith Rowe, the defenders that have been brought in, and the 11, he can't have any excuses. You can't. And that is where we need to improve. That's where our defense and our attack, that's the nucleus of the team. The attack gets the praise, but nobody really cares about the build-up player when the keeper threw it at what particular time. Until that's addressed, this club can only go so far, folks. But there's no excuse. The tools are there. Show me. Shout out to you, Carl. That's where I'm at, DG. We need signings that address the team here and now. We don't have time to drift into more mediocrity. And I mean, when you've got young players, I know no one wants to hear it, but you have to account. Balogun might be one-on-one and miss a chance to score, and their team might go forward and counter-attack us. He's kind of cost us 3 points indirectly in that regard. Ben White and Gabriel. Now, obviously, I'm expecting a certain more higher level in comparison to Balogun, but they're still young. You need to be prepared for their individual teething problems and their collective ones. Pardon me. But what is the plan? This is where I'm at. While they're doing that, you need to be able to have people for now. Look at United. You've got Ronaldo. They had Cavani. Sometimes you're just going to need a striker for now, but they've got the young ones. You need people for now. At the end of the day, you still need to get 3 points. It's a results business. You lot have signed players that could be here for 5 years in a long period of time. You might not be the guys here. So there needs to be a degree of instantness. And I don't get that. I've never got that vibe from Arteta since he's walked in the door, if I'm completely honest with you. In fact, when he first took over and he was talking about the atmosphere, the way he spoke about the fans, it's a bit issue. It's a bit of an issue the way it's changed, man. Now he's a bit too PR-y for me. Again, he might be under duress. He might be feeling the pressures. I don't know. I mean, we've got leaders, and I'm sure there's more leadership qualities in that team than we give them credit, but I don't evidently see it. Midfield is a concern. 2 players will be off the AFCON, so we were left with Xhaka, Lokonga, and potentially Ainsley. I mean, for the players that are here, Lokonga, Ainsley, Maitland-Niles, provided you get an opportunity, you've got an opportunity to show Arteta. I mean, if Edu is a proper technical director, you know what you need to do in terms of January. You know a midfielder needs to come in, and I mean, last January we did stuff that we should have done in the summer. So hopefully next January, well, January 2022, a midfielder arrives at this football club. I don't know if that will be the case. Arteta brought process players, but didn't bring title challenging players in. An inexperienced coach with a process mentality. I don't think he brought in. Listen, you can't not challenge. You can't challenge for Europe, so you can't talk about winning leagues. But I just think he needs players for now in the intermediate. I mean, he's tried that. You know, as much as I say that, I have to say you tried it with Willian, you tried it with Cedric, you tried it with Marie, but ultimately these are cost cutting exercises, and you get what you pay for. Sometimes they're expensive mistakes, as you've seen with a lot of them. So it's just simply signing good players, really. Big up DG, never deluded after all. Appreciate that, my guy. For me, there's still a big quality deficit at the club. Whenever I see the Arsenal starting lineup, I never feel confident we can win anymore. I see where you're at. No excuses. Really up again. I think we might be in trouble this season. Hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. We badly need a captain who can galvanize the team on the pitch. Aubameyang isn't that guy. Needs to concentrate on scoring. Well, need to see someone step up and lead. I'm at the point where I hear that, but I just think people need to lead. People need to stand up for themselves, man. When you know what you want out of life, then when you hear somebody speak, you either decide to get behind them or not. If I want to be a title winner and I'm in the City squad and I hear the way Pep or Liverpool, if I hear the way these gaffers are talking, I'm on it. It's like being in the army. Not that I know much about that. But at the same time, if my mentality is not that and my man's is, I'm just going to be like, yeah, man, this guy is moving mad. So I think there's a level of self that these players need to master and need to come to grips with and need to control before they can talk about everything else. As I always say, I always sit here and say, how can they play for us when they're not playing for themselves? They're not playing for the badge, the club, or these things before themselves. I don't see personal pride. When you've got personal pride, everything else, you know, he's not been the best this season, but he's got personal pride. He doesn't want to get embarrassed, so he don't want the team to get embarrassed. I don't think anyone in this team wants to lose, but certain people are fine and dandy. The way you accept defeat, ultimately failure, it doesn't sit right with me. You don't try to win games, as harsh as it sounds. I don't get the vibe that you try to leave it all there. And that's a minimum for any team. DG, you said you assess Arsenal's dealings after the transfer window closes. Will you do this tonight or sleep on it and do a video tomorrow? Sleep on it, man. We got to milk the content. The window's done, man. How are we going to survive? But yeah, tomorrow thing, I'll put in a shift, man. There's no way I'm going to give you what I genuinely